Gray. Everything was pale, infested with depression. This is Kokoma's perspective. Morning was the usual for her, waking up to the silent voicelessness of her own home. Toast was the norm, the easiest breakfast to make on your own, along with rice and a bottle of oolong tea to keep her alive for school. Cycling up the same old hill, she catches a glimpse of something bright blue. A bike without any pedals. It quickly surpasses her, taunting her, roaring like a lion, securing her defeat. On the same day, cycling back down the hill she so vigorously climbed, the same light blue motorcycle effortlessly exceeded her, again taunting her with his roar. Fast forward a few minutes and we see that Kokoma's had enough. She decides to fight fire with fire and makes a detour to the motor shop to pick up a dark green and white cycle. For a staggering 10,000 yen. 3 deaths, 3 people died on this contraption, but that doesn't faze her. She already has nothing to lose but this gray pale world she resides in, hopping on the cycle for just a moment. As that single note rang on the piano, colors filled the world. The heavy depressive tone released from her sore shoulders, every color distinct from the rest, each having their own prescribed purpose. Purpose, that's what this show is about. Finding purpose through objects, finding purpose through hobbies, finding purpose through friends. Koguma had none of these. She barely stays alive through spare change, wandering around the world without any purpose, like a plastic bag flowing through the wind. Katy Perry. From the very first episode, I was captivated with the illustration, so captivated by something so colorless, so intrigued by something so mundane. If I were to describe it in one word, I would say empty. From the very first minute emptiness was established, Koguma was empty and I felt empty. The lack of background music, the lack of colors, the lack of voices immersed me into this black and white vision. Everybody lives for a purpose. We all have things to live for, whether it's for someone you care about, a hobby you can't live without, or a goal you so desperately want to achieve. We all have something that you think about every morning to get off the bed. In this coming-of-age story, Koguma finds her something, the Supercub. Something so simple that is enough, something so simple that is enough to keep her going. That is what the purpose of living is. We don't need to achieve something big to determine our self-worth. We don't need to reach the top to gain satisfaction. All we need is that special something, and her special something turned out to be the Supercub. The piano. The lonely instrument, constructed to play on its own, it is the most isolated. This is what plays every morning, evening, and night for Koguma. She lives on her own, a girl with nothing. A piano without an orchestra. Her classroom is full of human voices, however, inaudible to the form of white noise. There are 2 types of loners. The one who doesn't want a friend and has none because of that fact, and Koguma, the one who wants a friend but doesn't have one, can't fit in, mostly responds with few words. She desires friends. She daydreams during lunch, thinking that if everybody knew about her new hobby, she would instantly become popular, basking in the attention. But in reality, when word got around about it, she becomes silent, responding with one-worded answers. She's not really what she thought out to be. Maybe attention isn't what she wanted after all. But that's okay, since she was still able to meet someone with the same purpose. Reiko, an enthusiastic motorcycle otaku. Reiko was the first break from Koguma's isolation, the first audience to listen to her lonely piano solo, and through that relationship we were able to see Koguma break from her shell, Thanks to Reiko, she was able to see what true potential freedoms and experiences she can have with her Supercub. Having a hobby you can dedicate your life to is one thing, but being able to share those experiences with others multiplies that happiness by tenfolds. However, they're not friends, but fellow cub riders, closer than friends, sharing a bond stronger than any friendship could hold. Friends are cheesy. They don't have any purpose. They create a facade. What looks like a strong mutual relationship turns out to be only temporary once they get bored of each other. Cub riders, on the other hand, share a common purpose. They're straight to the point. They both live and breathe for the cub, getting rid of any false relationships as they provide to be unnecessary. And as long as their purpose keeps burning, that bond will stay connected. Comrades for life, as they say. Everybody has a purpose. I've been repeating it non-stop, so get it through your thick skulls. But how can we tell? How do I know if someone has purpose? Well, it's very obvious, my young Padawan. Fullness, color, and expression. Purpose enhances these ideals. They are the thing that makes these concepts worth experiencing. Kicking off, we see the cold, lifeless Kogama, the aforementioned girl with nothing. She decides everything through cold logic. She sees a colorless world, which she simply exists in. But why is she like this? What is the cause of her symptoms? The answer? Nothing. Nothing is a weed. It's the opposite of purpose, causing emptiness, colorlessness, and depression, stripping away the aspects of what makes life meaningful. It consumes any form of color around itself to grow bigger and bigger till it's no longer bearable, shown at the beginning of episode 1. This is where purpose comes in handy. Purpose is the pesticide of nothing. It destroys the roots of all these symptoms, bringing animation back to the places once past deserted. This is what the cub has done for her. It has brought back Kogama's senses of meaning, color, and expression. Throughout the show, we see the cub's effect on Kogama as she gets sucked into this vehicle. Remember when I mentioned this series as a coming-of-age story? This is what I mean. Over time, we get to see Kogama learn more about the Supercub. With the help of her trusty comrade guiding her along the right path, she experiences the feeling of growing up as she makes the cub hers. A coming-of-age story from a girl with nothing to a girl with a Supercub. If you're watching this, then that means you watched the whole video or you skipped. But either way, thank you so much for watching. I spent months on this video and I'm so grateful to have someone actually watch it. Since this is my 5th upload, I tried to do something more different than what I would usually do. I'm probably not gonna do this sort of philosophical, analytical style ever again, but if I ever manage to get over 100 views, I'll probably try to milk it. Thank you so much for watching, and please check out my anime reviews if you're curious. I am also going to rush out a lot more reviews these next 2 months, but they will probably be in a lesser quality since I'm not that efficient at animating. But okay, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the future.